So if you had any thoughts that Donald Trump might have learned something from the fallout from his comments about Mexicans from his presidential announcement, you had far too much hope for America and our political process because he gave a series of speeches over the weekend where he proved that nothing of the sort has happened. Now, maybe this is me misinterpreting things. Maybe I learned the wrong lesson from his comments. After all, it did cause him to shoot to first or second in the standings against other Republicans, bringing him either neck and neck with Jeb Bush or a little bit ahead. But no, he is going to continue the message that has brought him this far. And so I'm going to read you just a couple of excerpts from his speech in Arizona. He said, "I love the Mexican people, I respect Mexico," that's nice, "but the problem we have is that their leaders are much sharper, smarter, and more cunning than our leaders, and they're killing us at the border. They're taking our jobs, they're taking our manufacturing jobs, they're taking our money, they're killing us." Now, he's probably going to say, if he's attacked for those comments, that he meant that they're killing us economically. And yet, for some reason, he just chose to use the term killing us over and over again when there are a million different idioms you could use. So, all sorts of things that you could say, but he has to say killing. And I have a feeling that the sort of people in Arizona, of all places, who would go to a Donald Trump rally just weeks after his comments about all Mexicans being rapists and thieves probably are going to take him quite literally, especially when he follows it up by bringing onto the stage a man whose son had been killed by an illegal immigrant. Because after all, if you can find one person who has been harmed in some way by a group, you are then allowed to ban them from coming into the country. I could probably find an Irish murderer, an Italian murderer, a Canadian murderer, maybe a murderer from Japan. But I don't think that that would cause Trump or his thousands in the crowd or those who are going to support him in the next presidential race to say that we should ban those people from coming in as well. And look, overall his message continues to be, for some reason, that immigration is the most important issue, that it is, let's see, he says, "The word is getting out that we have to stop illegal immigration. We have a situation that is absolutely out of control. We're getting taken apart piece by piece slowly." Is that happening? Do you believe that immigration is a bigger problem than it was in previous years, previous decades? Do you believe that it is the principal problem in our country today? Who actually believes that? Some of the people in his crowd might believe it as a result of what he's said. You know, he is attempting to persuade them that, look, regardless of what is happening to you economically, how, our economy is changing, how it's being sort of crafted in a way and changed in a way that advantages certain groups over others, no, the biggest problem is that someone's job was taken by a Mexican immigrant. And I think some of them, it's much easier to think, well, look, I have an idea of how we can solve this problem. It's not actually a simple thing to solve, but their idea is we just put up a wall and that will solve it. That won't actually solve it, but that's what they think is happening. But is it actually that big of a problem? Is it a huge problem? And is it a bigger problem than before? We showed you on the Young Turks just a week ago that no, immigration is not getting worse, the flow of illegal immigrants coming in. Over the past 5 years, as many illegal immigrants every year leave America as come in. There has been zero or negative net illegal immigration or overall immigration from Mexico. And that's counting illegals. And so this is the problem that we need to have a presidential election based around. And you know why he's doing it. It's not because Donald Trump is particularly scared of Mexican immigrants. He probably employs quite a few illegal immigrants in his various construction projects. No, it's because he needs something to organize around. And there are certainly extreme positions you can take in the Republican Party today that no longer make you look any different than the others. I mean, if he goes on and on about how ISIS is going to kill every single American, then he's going to blend into the crowd there. If he says that he doesn't agree with any scientific finding ever, regardless of how many scientists agree on it, he's going to blend in the Republican Party there. You take away, freedom of abortion, take away the now legal same-sex marriage, that doesn't actually differentiate yourself. And I don't think that this is the best issue to do that on, since Ted Cruz, some of the other candidates are going to say similar things about Mexican immigrants. But it's just pathetic that this is how he's going to make his way, and he continues to do very well in it. I mean, Bernie Sanders is going around and he's laying out an economic vision that could turn around the suffering that the poor and middle class have had in America since Reagan. That's his vision. It's a hopeful vision. Trump's message is that we're going to take back America, we're going to make America great again. By what? Putting a big wall on the border? That's how we're going to be great? Does anybody believe that would actually fucking happen? That we would actually do it? That if we did it, it would help with the problem that doesn't actually exist? And that if it helped with that problem, or if we didn't have that problem, which we don't have that problem, that's what would make America great again? Nobody fucking believes that. And overall, the final point that I want to make, by the way, because he's going to get a lot of good press for his speech. That they're not going to actually analyze what he said and break down how he's lying to you. They're just going to report the numbers. The media is saying that he had 4,000 people at his rally, which is scary. His campaign is saying 10,000. Trump tweeted out 20,000. If you need any more proof that this man is completely detached from reality, it's that he thinks he had 5 times as many people in the crowd as he actually did. And I have to assume that of those 4,000, some of them are probably of the sort that were his presidential campaign announcement, which were paid actors. It's just pathetic. I'm going to continue to do these videos as we go through this presidential election, and I want to be able to talk about the issues. I want to be able to talk about what actually needs to be done for America and what the candidates say they will do and can actually do for America. But it doesn't seem like we can do that yet because we got to get through all the fucking nonsense news from all these chuckleheads and then run up to it. Anyway, let me know what you think about his most recent comments. Let me know if you think that how long he will last before he sputters out, before Jeb Bush's huge monetary advantage kicks in. Give me an estimate down in the comments, and I'll see you guys next time.